in a depthless black. West has sight beyond any mere man, however, and he perceives that the fire was built into a large open area, and that the backdrop is a helical curve he cannot quite make out in the flickering light. He can see 4 figures at the fire, still little more than silhouettes. He makes sure his weapon is at the ready in case some braggadocio is required, and, after some consideration, he adopts a jovial manner, absorbed from a particularly charming acquaintance. He scrapes his foot deliberately on the floor and sees one of the figures straighten to look at him. It is a clock and silver person, but this does not worry West. It takes all types, his father liked to say, especially in grim times. "Hello, friends," West calls into the quiet of the firelit room. "Well met. And may I approach your fire?" His voice echoes back from the gloom oddly, as if changed there, and the big room feels dusty and ancient. The space is bigger than he'd guessed. The fire is not bright enough to see how far it extends. There are vague silvery shapes scattered around, perhaps ancient sculptures or light fixtures of some sort, but West ignores these. If there is any of the silver here, the motive force that once powered these sculptures and gave the Underlands light, it is long gone now. These argent shapes describe a loose ring around a massive circular stairway that rises in a ponderous spiral up into the ceiling above. The fire is small against it, and the figures around the fire smaller still. The tall mechanical figure stands and bows as West approaches, and it, too, is bigger than he had thought, 6 span at least. It towers over the fire and the figures around it. The automata has a long, flat-planed head and sharp, articulated joints. It is mostly white, a kind of glossy, flowing porcelain that gives the twin impressions of beauty and death. West recognizes the shape as that of a janissary, one of the old war machines. The intelligence that lives in the body, however, is of another order. West knows this person, by reputation if not experience. As West approaches the fire, the ancient automata nods its head, the language of its form conveying a sly smile. "Hello, hello, and hello," the automata says, giving West an ornate bow. Its voice is a reedy waver, a bellows and pump sound, rich and warm. "Welcome to our fire, my friend, and such comforts as it holds." West returns the bow, but much more shallowly. He looks around the others at the fire and judges them to be little threat at the moment. A young boy sits perched on chunk of stone to his left, and to his right is a large man reclining on a walking couch. Next to him is a beautiful servant of no consequence. West returns his attention to the exquisite mechanical person. Fortunately, the proper mode of address is easy in this case. It is not always so with constructed creatures, or any folk for that matter. The tall machine is known to prefer a male honorific. "Hello to you, Mr. Turpentine. It is an honor to finally make your acquaintance. I have heard much of your exploits down through the years, and it is rare that someone can match their own legend." West hides a sneer. If Mr. Turpentine matched his legend, he would be drenched in still warm blood and the shattered teeth of children. Mr. Turpentine flashes a knowing little smile. He clearly caught the jibe. West is not used to the company of those clever enough to attend his humor, and will have to be more careful. It would not do to make enemies just yet. Turpentine does not seem offended, however. He spreads his long, articulated limbs in a gesture of deference, itself only vaguely mocking. "And you as well, the legendary Lord. Ah, forgive me, but you go by West just now. I had forgotten. To think I might gain the acquaintance of such a large figure of history. You will forgive me, of course, if I betray my delight overmuch. Please."